That is the biggest and best formed quartz crystal to come out yet. A great start. And then we get up to the ridgeline. That's a feldspar crystal. Those are terminated feldspar crystals. So I'm gonna dig exactly right here. Full on paleo mode. I've gone ahead and raked back 6 centimeters of topsoil. We're gonna go through this one by one and track this peg. Some 2 faces formed on 3 sides. A little over. All these rocks are right here together. We're on a ridge. It didn't move very far. This guy looks promising. That's a face, and this is big. All these are right in sequence. We're at serrano pepper level. Yep, this is all falling out of the bottom. It's totally above me. Sourced here. That's a little baby quartz, a cutie, biotite, and not only flakes, but books. We're still too low. Big laugh. Oh, we're on to something. Big old cap of a feldspar crystal. Quartz. And these feldspars are getting more and more complete. I'm gonna go get some real tools and set up my tent. I think there is so much work here to be done. These tent stakes are notoriously difficult to get in, but I guess it makes sense when you're camped right on a pegmatite. Trippy. I think I dig better than I sleep. Nice geometry here, and they are all coming from that layer right there. I went to go have breakfast, and all I see is feldspar. It's a triclinic apricot, and then this I just found. It is a fully formed quartz crystal directly at the bottom of this. I'm going to continue to go that way. About right there, I just put it back. A quartz crystal. We are absolutely in the pocket right now. Right below that one and right above that one. That's a feldspar crystal right here. It's a hummingbird. I love them. They're like little AI spies or little fairies, magical creatures. One small face for feldspar, one big face for the pocket. Absolutely beautiful. Pronounced vugs right beneath that rock, quartz crystal embedded right in there, and we can chase it. Face. And that one to go right on top of it. That's what we want to see. Big old crystals. And the ants are marching in. Don't be fooled by their cuteness and small size. They hunt in packs. When I got bit yesterday, there's a couple more big faces, but I'm just getting absolutely gang raped by ants. Here we are. Aligning these above me, then I can see that what came from this area and then what came from this area, and nowhere to go. Was sitting right in that clay layer. Look at all that biotite. That is the biggest and best formed quartz crystal to come out yet. We're turning up the heat. We are at jalapeno level. Directly beneath it. And that is a crystal. Believe it or not, it's so filth. I don't think it's going to clean up very well. You tease, you're so dark underneath here. Now we're just gonna keep on diving deeper into the earth. Taking the phone out of the case. Definitive little quartz twin. Probably the most delectable. This looks like a quartz crystal. It looks like it's exposed in some areas. Big lots of quartz, no shapes. This is tilted down, that rock right there, just because the pocket is slumped because of erosion. So it's just falling down the hill. The pocket is going back that way, about right in there. Nothing in the top. There was no rock. I made some friends. They were just hiking up the ridgeline and they liked my spot, so I'm sharing it with them. And this big block just came off, and look at the underside, just filled with vugs, enlarging crystals, interlocking quartz and feldspar. The next block up. Hopefully when we get a little bit deeper, the clarity and quality of everything is going to be a little more intact. Pop that up. Oh yeah, that's just good news. Dug out above, and now we're about to rip these back and see what's underneath. We got top of pocket, still broken up. I think the good stuff is gonna be right in there. Oh man, it's even looking better towards that way. I think we can grab another one while we're down here. All right, believe it or not, there was nothing underneath that first top layer, even despite all those beautifully euhedral feldspar crystals. And my friends over here are absolutely showing me up, and they gave me a pointer. They said I need to go down one more layer deeper. They're in a clay layer, and this is actually connected to the cavity that I'm working on right now. Do you mind if I show some of the things that you found? Sure, yeah. No locations allowed, rockhounds. You hear that? That takes all the fun away from it. We're showing you how it's done, but you got to go out and find the spots. Oh, these are the pride and joy specimens. Look at that smoky. Look how deep and black and clean it is. Everything that they're pulling out is absolutely clean. All terminations 100% flawless, and my boy right here is going at it. Keep it up. All right, let's see what's beneath this. It is on. The biotite has switched to all muscovite, and this is where the terminated crystals are coming from. That's a microcline. Look at all of that mica. And there's a point. And it looks like it's got a rim of smoky. That's a terminated quartz. And that's a little bigger. And it's actually got some smoky character with a little rider. It's an undulatory vein, and it just widens and narrows in places on a more local scale. Following this top layer around, we can see that it crops out right here, and on the underside we get the exact same texture as what we were looking at below. Yeah. And already, like, absolutely gorgeous feldspar. Check this out, mate.
What? Oh, dudes.
I'm gonna hit that spot. What do you think?
I wouldn't object to anywhere along this line.
Let's check the top and check the bottom. Almost identical texture to what was forming a 1.5 meters over. You know, the reason why I'm not digging there is just because it's so thin. So I'm gonna be digging over to see if the pocket swells. Not so much at all. Looks like some places where crystals were. A lovely partial feldspar. There's a pretty quartz on the inside. I cannot believe that just happened. We looked at each other and I was like, and they were like, yes. They were like, you are working in some absolutely fantastic material. They pulled out some absolutely gorgeous smoky quartz crystals. They seemed really satisfied. I heard them say they hit the end of the clay pocket, but this is all open ground. None of this is claim. This is not my vein. It's really awesome that we're working in the same system right in the middle, and we're gonna trace that. Boop. It stormed and they had to go back, and my shovel's battery had died. So it's been a minute. However, I've got all the stuff removed from where they left off. Boop. And that's what it looks like underneath. So it looks like the very same stuff that I'm working on over there, but hopefully here it's gotten a little wider. And look at that, that's just sprouting up through the floorboards. Preliminary explorations, such cool people out in the middle of nowhere. They like to go to the hard to get places just to get to them. Not so interesting there. Let's have a go at this, because there is lots and lots of mica in there. What do you know? There is still some crystals left. Oh, I feel clay. And we got bugs opening up. Pentagonal phase. All crystalline. Ooh, look at those faces. That is a stellar feldspar. That's coming this way. The top wall rock is still like that, and then it flexes. And below we have some soft clay goo. Oh, look at that. Okay, it's time to get serious. We are definitely at a ghost pepper. Pull back this whole upper landscape so I can get it in there without so many rocks going down my butt crack. And dig further in. Pop this feldspar out. So we got a crystal zone up top and a crystal zone on the bottom. This is what I was talking about the layers. Replay. You are one red crystal. But I'll keep ya. Let's just keep going. I think the crystals are camera shy. Good morning. It is a brand new day. We're gonna have a go at this area. First off, that one's super cool. So it's looking really great here, and better preserved. Beauteous. Gorgeous and beautiful, all the same. That's a flat face of feldspar. There's even another one on the other side. Lower, oh, it's a house. Maybe I need to go through another layer. This concludes this section. I think this pocket widens as it comes out this way. Otherwise, it just stays the same. Just jutting up. And then this one over here. All the biotite was coming out the bottom, so I'm pretty sure that's what we need to follow. The color is really muted of all the species. It looks like there's just not a lot of space for these crystals to mature. We're getting some light precipitation. Oh my god, they keep getting bigger. Look at these crystals. I have to watch. It's too scary without the windows open. I'm so not about to be in a metal tent. E-cigarettes, survival gear. Off of Ridgelines. We are so good. Earth is so ruthless. I absolutely love it. It totally cleaned it off. It's bright. The sun is amazing. Let's go! A foot deeper, and there's nothing down there. This is the uppermost layer, so it's gonna be like completely flat on the top, and there should be crystals in the pocket zone beneath. It's just about to backfill it. And then DT and like all kinds of weird celestial growth. DT lab. Man, right when you decide to stop and you don't. Follow the gold flakes. Oh my goodness. It's clay. Ooh. I have to collect myself. I'm collected. What are you? Something ugly. Something not fugly. I cannot believe I was about to shut it down. And then we got the clay. It's resting right on a little tabby. Senorita, we're getting darker. Say what? I see bark. That's a root shoot. We want the stuff in the red dirt. I think we ran out of clay. We lost the biotite too. The center island is the bottom layer of the pegmatite. How to find a clay pocket. It's not how it seems. Right when you feel like you're gonna quit and you're gonna reclaim the hole, just dig more. Oh, look at that. Look at that root shoot. It just goes. Alice! Alice! Can you hear me? I don't know what to make of it. I think it's quartz. You've been wiggling in the wrong direction, mister. You're dropping the top. No, it might be at the back. I'm gonna bury the hole. Secretly, that means the crystals will reveal themselves. Look how deep it is. And oh, that's just mica. It feels like you're touching a snake. It's about all I can do. Oh, sweet biotite babies. For that many crystals and this deep of hole, I really think my effort could be spent better somewhere else. Let's see what's under here and then move on. There's the bathtub. There it is. Oh, there it isn't. I overfilled it a bit because the dirt wouldn't fit, but you don't need to do that. Just put the dirt back. Easy. backfill, just not worth pulling so much rock out. Portal number 1, all sealed up. Putting all the soil back gives the tree everything it needs to regenerate some new roots. Not big roots, we work around those. Cash out. Quartz is on the left, microclines on the right. It's on to the next spot. So I think I'm gonna do a lot of hiking because I got quartz in my fingers. It should be a very interesting day.
Call me crazy for spending that much time on this many crystals, but this was an excellent learning opportunity, and here's some things I have to share. First, a breakdown of what came from where. All of this stuff came from the bathtub hole on the right, and then this whole column came from the first area that we were digging. So some have luster, and most of them have a druzy coating with iron, lots of iron included. The feldspars are 50-50. Half came from here, half came from there. Morphology of the vein, it is a linear feature. I did do additional test holes off camera on the left side, on the right side, and then in between the bathtub hole and where we started. So the vein stays the same the entire length. No more production on either side. It just follows the same undulatory pattern. I feel pretty convinced as of now that there's not so much a methodology of finding the clay pocket region, but it's more so a matter of exploration. So getting into the pocketing zone of the pegmatite and just continuing to follow that. And then occasionally what I noticed was that it would pocket. This came from those guys who I met right in the middle of the woods. They gave me that for letting them, hang out with me. So it was really cool. That's by far the best feldspar to come out. Or to come back with me. Others that came from the bathtub type hole. There's the one floating on the tabby. Sceptered growth. Another thing that you can use to target where to go next while exploring a pegmatite like this is that when you flip the rocks back and they're very textured on the bottom, like in the bottom margin of this one right here, you can see that that location was productive of crystals. Confirmed. I confirmed that the crystals were coming from those locations in watching all the video. And then other spots where I would pull the rock back, it was vacant of crystals, very randomly sparse spaced. Another thing that could be of value to you is to know that Earth bakes pegmatites like cakes. This came from the region that we were digging. This is the top layer. There's a layer beneath, and then there's a layer underneath that. That third layer was not productive, but it may be different in your situation. We can see that we have the assemblages of quartz, microcline, and biotite. And this was the top layer, right in line with the screen, facing down, pocketing section there. There's another almost identical in the good zones, such as this one, facing up. And then down below, it's flat. And then there was another layer of just granite that was not productive. And finally, the morphology of the entire vein, it was all a linear feature. The ridgeline went like this. We were on this side, working into the vein, which was going down into the mountain. What's interesting is, I didn't show this, but on the backside of the ridgeline, that vein went all the way through, and you could find the same vein and work it on the other side of the ridgeline as well. So, I mean, it's a significant pocketing zone, but altogether the crystals were very sparse, so I think we'd be better off spending our time looking for a higher density pegmatite in a new location.